Where do you want to spend your money when selling your home? This question comes up all the time with home sellers. They're wondering and they're asking me, where do I spend my time? What should I spend money on? And people want a return on investment. In terms of the list, I've got it broken down, or I'll run through here. The lowest hanging fruit first. That's the lowest cost items, and then we'll work our way up. And then, yeah, we'll focus on the, obviously the low hanging fruit. So deferred maintenance is the number one thing you want to look at when you're selling a home to a retail purchaser, right? Not a developer, is anything on your honey-do list. If you've got a leaky faucet, if you've got weather stripping that you need to take care of, if the dog's scratched by the back door and you want to fix that up, broken downspouts, all kinds of things, whatever's on your list, right? That type of stuff. If you've got too many of those little items and buyers going through your home, they start to get the impression that the home hasn't been taken care of, even if it's just that you got busy and you just haven't had time to do it. So deferred maintenance is going to be one of the easiest items. It will get you over 100% ROI on the investment. So I would take care of that. Front row center, that'd be one of the main things you want to look at. And then decluttering is another one. It's really, I mean, depends on, I guess, how much stuff you have, but that's another one that is low hanging fruit, very, maybe mostly time investment. Depending on how long you've been in your property. If someone's been in their property for 50 years, you've got 50 years worth of stuff. If you've been in there 5, 10, it seems we always collect things when you have a home, stuff comes, right? So whether you're going through and you're donating, whether you're going to sell some items, whether there's stuff that really doesn't have any value and you should probably get rid of it and just hold on to that sentimental stuff. If you've got stuff and you just don't know what to do with it, then people will often rent storage space temporarily to put the items in, and then that way you've got a clean slate to work with when you're marketing your home, and then you can figure that out after, and whether you move it or deal with it after, move it to the new place or deal with it after. So decluttering is definitely another important one that you're going to want to do. And this one, this next one, it sounds like common sense, and for a lot of people it is, but I take buyers out on showings, tours on a weekly basis, and I can tell you that it does need to be said, is cleaning. And I mean a thorough clean. I don't mean just a surface level clean. I mean a thorough clean. So we're talking floors, walls, baseboards, trim, light fixtures, blinds, dusted, bathrooms, kitchen, appliances. You open the oven, you want that sparkling. You don't want it with 3 years worth of grime in there. Don't come look at my oven if you come to my place. Fridges, all the stuff that's built in, or if it's an appliance, just assume that buyers are going to open it and you want to make sure that's sparkling and it's looking great. So cleaning is another one. Easy, whether you do it or whether you hire someone to professionally do it. It looks good, it smells good when buyers come through. They can handle at their own house if they're a little bit messy or dirty, but when they come to your house and they're wanting to visualize themselves in your home, they cannot tolerate it. It's zero tolerance. So definitely low hanging fruit, and you're going to get at least 150% return on the investment there, even if you hire professional cleaners and you let them at your house for 10 plus hours. It's going to translate into dollars in your pocket. The next one is landscaping. And I don't mean spending tens of thousands with a landscape architect and your brick patio and all of whatever your imagination runs wild. What I mean is, let's just leave winter out of it. It's in the summer months. Look at your house from the curb with the scrutinizing eye of a prospective buyer. Does anything look out of place? Does anything look messy? Is the grass green? Is the grass cut? Are the leaves raked? Are there any stray branches or any bushes that need to be trimmed? and squared and or just cleaned up, right? You want to make sure that that's all taken care of. Downspouts and eaves troughs, are they full of pine needles and pine cones? Clean them up. You definitely want to take care of all of that. Mostly time, right? You could hire somebody to do it as well. So that's another easy one to do. And then in terms of staging, there's going to be a scale of staging, right? Whether it's a 1 hour consult and they go through and they give you tips on where to hang your pictures and where to move your furniture and put throw pillows and blankets and all the accessories, or whether you go to the other end of the scale where it's a vacant property and you're going to hire a home staging company to move in furniture to completely fill the home, or at least the living room and dining room and primary bedrooms, stage that all up, then that could be a little bit more on the pricey side, right? But home staging is something that will sell homes quicker and for more money if they are staged properly. So that's your range of where your comfort zone and what you decide you want to do. There are alternative options in terms of digital staging, but we'll just leave it at that. Maybe I'll cover that in another video later. Painting is another one, and that painting is great. It's one of the best, I mean, I think everybody knows, best rate of return on investment in a home is paint. Now, if someone doesn't know what they're doing, I've seen instances where someone's fully painted a home and it's actually in need of being repainted again right away. So the quality wasn't there, coverage wasn't there, there was coverage where it shouldn't have been on the ceiling and the trim and the railings and everything. So if you are going to paint yourself, make sure either you or somebody that's helping you knows exactly what they're doing. I find a nice eggshell, neutral, on-trend tone is really what you want to go with. And all the trim as well, right? If you're running the vacuum cleaner into the baseboards and everything's all dinged up, having the baseboards and doors trim, all of that looking nice and clean and new in terms of the paint, that will get you a rate of return on the investment. And if you hire it out to a professional, you're still going to get the ROI. Obviously, everything is case-by-case basis, so don't come calling me if you do it on the wrong property, but you exercise your common sense and call me if you want a specific opinion on a specific property, right? Obviously, developer's going to tear it down, then don't be painting it, right? Just doesn't make sense. Another one is flooring. If you've got carpet and it's relatively new and maybe there's a couple stains, you might be able to get away with a professional steam cleaning with a truck mounted system that's got the high PSI to clean the carpets. I've seen instances where carpets I thought needed to be done, and after the cleaning they were actually fine. So that's a little bit more of an affordable option. But if your floors are damaged or old, then it's a good time to start getting a quote for flooring. That's more of a mid-range expense, right? To even maybe a higher end depending on what you're going with. Generally, you want to go with mid-range builders grade type stuff. You don't want to go to the super high end. It's just, if you're going to live in your house for the next 10 years, that's one thing. If you're renovating it or fixing it up to sell, that's another story altogether. So know your limit and stay within it in terms of ROI, right? You want to, if you're spending $1, you want to get at least $1.10, $1.25, $1.50 in return. So just keep that in mind when you're going around. It's always a challenge to, whenever I'm looking at a property with someone, they're always wondering, like, where do they start? Where do they stop? Two very important questions, right? And you want to at least have a general plan before you start, right? You want to know when you're going to stop ahead of time. And then so flooring is in there, paint flooring. After that, then there's some more the higher end stuff, right? Like stone, quartz in the kitchen, bathrooms. You do quartz, you do undermount sinks, you do upgraded fixtures. Those tend to be a little bit more of a premium. But kitchen and bathrooms, as people generally know, do generate higher return on investment. So that's where you'll see there are some other fixtures or other improvements on a case-by-case basis, neighborhood by neighborhood basis, segment by segment basis, price point by price point basis. Obviously, that's more custom, so I'm not going to necessarily get into that. There are some things that are just going to cost you if they're not done, and you're not necessarily going to get, like, you'll get probably 100%, but you're not going to get more than 100%, but it's going to cost you if you don't do it. Roof would be one example. Every detached home's got a roof. Everybody expects the roof to be in good working order. If it's damaged or at the end of its life, then, and you're going through your list of all your listing prep, then that's a good time to speak with a professional contractor, roofing contractor, get a quote. You might even want to get a couple or a few quotes together, and then that way at least you've got a number of what to work with, and maybe you do it before you sell, or maybe you deal with it on an offer stage, but at least you know, and it's not a surprise, because buyers will tend to estimate on the high side if there's no number to work with. Because it's an unknown for them, and it's easier for them to just go buy the house, another house, than to deal with one that has potential issues, right? So that's, in a nutshell, what you're dealing with in terms of the best ROI for selling your home. Time and money. If you have questions about that, or you would like to ask about your specific situation, let me know. If you have any ideas for other videos, any questions, or video topics, please comment below, or send me a DM. And if you like this content, be sure to follow for future videos.